Hello everyone, Azam over here. I'm actually at Carpinteria, California recording a course for LinkedIn. Just finished the recording earlier today. So I got a little bit of a free time, so I wanted to uh, answer some of the questions that I've been receiving. I think one of the questions that I receive all the time is about the negotiation skills at your work environment. Or if you're planning to change jobs, can you negotiate? How do you even negotiate? So the question that how do you negotiate or how do you get higher salary or other benefits, it really depends, obviously. So the game is whoever tells the number first kind of loses. I know it's kind of weird, but that is what happens in the real world. So if you tell the number first, let's say you're asking for $90,000, you lose, right? Because the company might say, okay, yeah, well, we had the budget for 100,000 and this guy is only asking for 90,000, so let's hire him or her. So the game is to always give some sort of a range. So when I negotiate, I always give some sort of a range instead of a fixed number. And they can also ask you, and sometimes recruiters will ask you about, hey, what is your current salary and all that stuff. Obviously, you don't really have to tell them the exact number that what you have for your current salary, but you can tell them like a range. So if your salary is, let's say, $100,000, you can tell them, hey, my range is from 100,000 to 120,000. All right, you don't have to tell them exact number. But apart from the salary, which you can provide some sort of a range, there are other things that you can negotiate also. And for me, the biggest thing that I negotiate is obviously the vacation time. So sometimes a company will give 2 weeks, but if you try to get 3 weeks, you can also ask for 3 weeks or even 4 weeks. Sometimes when you ask for 4 weeks, you know that you're not going to get 4 weeks, but you can get 3 weeks. So it's a win-win for you, because you already know that you're not going to get, if you're just starting out with a company, there's a very good chance that you're not going to get 4 weeks. That's just not going to happen, all right? So that's another thing that you can negotiate. Now, if you are going on a much higher role, like maybe like a senior developer role or a lead developer role, you can definitely ask for sign-in bonus, profit sharing, and all those kind of things. You can definitely ask for that. Some of the things that you cannot really negotiate is the medical, dental, vision, 401k contribution from the company. I mean, if their medical is going to start after 30 days, then it is just going to start after 30 days. You cannot really negotiate that, hey, for my medical, can you just start in like 1 day instead of 30-day waiting period? That's just not going to happen. Those things just don't really move. And the same thing goes for dental and vision, and also 401k. You might have to wait like 30 days and then you can contribute, and the company will contribute also. All right. Apart from that, whenever you are going to the company, find out if you can work remotely or if that is up for negotiation. Find out about some sort of an educational budget that you can get, a yearly stipend of, let's say, $1,000 a year you can spend on your education. That can be spent on books or conferences. Working remotely is actually good because you don't have to drive, and that will save you a lot of time. All right. So a lot of different things you can actually negotiate when you are going for a particular company. Now, a couple of things that will happen is when you're negotiating with a company, always make sure that you stick to a couple of points and just stick with it like a glue. All right. So if you're saying that if they're offering 90K and you can say, hey, no, I want like 100K and all that stuff. All right. So stick with the 100K, that particular mark, and stick with one other thing that you want. Let's say you are interested in, they're giving you 1 week, but you're like, I want 2 weeks. So stick with those 2 things. You can even pick like 3 things, but usually it's 2 things you can pick up, and just stick with it. And if they give you those 2 things, then it's a win for you. All right. Now, if they do say, okay, yeah, you can get 100K and you can get 2 weeks, then don't try to push on new stuff. Like, okay, yeah, I actually forgot. I also wanted 2 days working from home and a yearly stipend of like $5,000, and I do this and this and this. That is just not a good way to do this kind of business, right? That's just not going to create good kind of a relationship with your employer. So always stick with a couple of things and make sure that you are just using those things to negotiate. All right. Hopefully these tips will help. Thank you very much. And if you have any question, let me know. Thanks. Another thing actually which I forgot to add, and obviously negotiation is a very big topic, is that whenever you're negotiating, don't get your personal stuff in the way. Like basically don't tell that, hey, I want this salary because I've just got a new Tesla or new car and I have a new kid and all that stuff, and my mom lives with me and all those kind of things. These are just not really professional things to say during the negotiation. And even if you're asking for a raise, your raise should be based on your merit, and your raise should be based on how much money, how much revenue, how much value that you're bringing to the company. It has nothing to do that if you just got a Tesla or an expensive car, or you just had a baby, or you have a demanding family and all that stuff. It doesn't really matter. None of that actually matters. Actually, it becomes more of an unprofessional kind of an environment where you are telling or you're asking for more money because of these reasons. So make sure that you research on the topic of what is the range of the developers or salary that you're looking for, and based on the merit, based on the work that you have done, ask the range or ask a particular salary based on that, and not on any of those personal scenarios that, hey, yeah, I got this and I got a big screen TV now and I got an expensive gym membership. None of those things actually matter for your employer. The only thing that really matters is that how much value are you bringing to the company, and that is the bottom line. So make sure that you reflect that this much is the value that you're bringing with your capabilities, your technical skills, and all that domain knowledge that you have acquired. And based on that, you should get a much higher salary as compared to some other things. All right, so hope that helps.